Hello, welcome to this update. Let's see what's happening with Tropical Storm Maria nearing Japan there. And let's see here what's happening. So there's Tropical Storm Maria getting close to Japan. So it's now a tropical storm, it's not a typhoon anymore. And there's another invest there at medium chance of development already. So let's see what's happening. So this is the forecast track. So let's see. It will go there, likely into north central Japan, make landfall maybe as a tropical storm there. Let's see. So the tracks to take it generally into that vicinity, and then later try to do something in the Sea of Japan, and then some tracks even curve it out later backwards into the Pacific. Let's see. Some other tracks take it generally into that direction. Let's see here some models. So where is it? Here, Western Pacific. So this is the GFS. There's Tropical Storm Maria. It makes landfall in Japan there as a tropical storm, and then goes into the Sea of Japan, tries to regenerate there and go out into the Pacific, striking Japan again. Then there's that next system forming at a medium chance array and goes right by Japan but curves out into the Pacific. Potential another system forming later, affecting southern Japan there and South Korea, then going out again. So then potential another low pressure there. So lots of stuff happening, but please be careful in those areas of Japan with Maria. So this is the European model. It also has Tropical Storm Maria, making landfall there into that same general area of Japan. So I'll get you a better map in a second, and we'll see the locations and everything. So let's see. Then it goes there, tries to regenerate, it might come back later. So let's see. So there's the other system that develops later, and Maria kind of dies there. In that system, the Europeans bring it closer to Japan and then curving out there, potentially by August 16th, another system approaching southern central Japan there. So very active in that area. In the south, nothing crazy, just some more tropical rains. So the Canadian has Maria there, making landfall in Japan. Then the next system forming there passes right by Japan, and then the other system going to southern Japan later. So Japan should monitor from all sides. First, be careful with Maria, and then track if this other system might approach Japan, or if you just be to the east, most likely you just stay to the east, but it might cause some rough surf and some rain there. And then later in southern Japan, monitor that next system coming, and then some more rain later. So a lot to monitor near Japan there. But in terms of tropical activity, that's mainly it. The south is kind of quiet. So let's see now a map of where Maria might strike. So it's just a tropical storm now, and it's forecast to make landfall right north of Ofunato, near Miyako, in those areas there. So all of those areas will likely get tropical storm conditions. Ofunato, Miyako, and the other towns there, Otushi, Kaimashi, Tono. So all those areas might get tropical storm conditions. So it shows it passing there, very heavy rain by those areas as the storm passes. Then later it goes away there. So please be careful in those areas of Japan there. Warn others and be careful. Sorry, I don't speak Japanese, but I can translate this for you in the video description. So if you want a translation of the event, check the description there. So let's see something else. So please be careful there in the next 5 days, as this makes landfall, the European has more than 143 millimeters of rain further north, in some near Miyako, Kamaishi, so where might make landfall, and also further south in Osaki, it has more than 100 millimeters of rainfall there as well. So be careful. This might cause some flash floods and some more problems. So 110 millimeters. So please be careful there. And this might make landfall around Monday. So around so this shows like Monday morning, but it might be like Monday afternoon. So Sunday, yes. So you make landfall around Monday morning there. So please be careful. Let's see. Next 10 days, a little bit more from some other passing systems. So more than 200, 300 millimeters in the next 10 days, but 10 days is a lot. So that's a lot of time. And this information will change, but it shows more than 190 millimeters the next 10 days from many systems. So be careful. But in the short term, just 5 days, right, it shows more than 100 millimeters in some areas there. So please be careful. Around Tokyo, it has about 89 millimeters in some areas, so be aware there too. Further north, and let's see, and if this regenerates, it might go towards northern Japan again and bring more rain. Let's see. Further south, nothing crazy, just some more showers the next 5 days, but if this next storm forms, it could bring more rain there later, if the other one I showed you forms, so be careful there. Next 5 days in parts of northern China shows more than 100 millimeters from other storms there. Be aware. In parts of southern Russia shows more storms there with some areas of more than 100 millimeters. Southern Russia, northern China, North Korea too, some areas more than 100 millimeters from some more storm systems, so be careful. Let's see, and eastern China shows some rain too, but not much. Some areas are 80 millimeters, 74 millimeters. So just some more showers and thunderstorms in those areas, but nothing catastrophic. But some areas more than 100. So be careful with the heavy rain in those areas. But in the next 5 days, it's showing a tremendous area of accumulation in southern China. So potentially more than 145 millimeters in parts of southern China, along with northern Vietnam, more than 130 millimeters. So please be careful in those areas with heavy rain. Next 3 days, 86 millimeters, 100. Next 5 days, 142 millimeters. So please be careful in those areas, those towns there. So be careful with the rain in Vietnam too. Let's see, a lot there in Vietnam. So let's see, especially northern Vietnam, maybe some heavier thunderstorms, maybe some storms or two in southern Vietnam as well. Some more thunderstorms from time to time, but nothing crazy. But especially in Laos there, northeastern Thailand, especially in Laos, more than 142 millimeters, maybe some heavy rains there. Next 3 days, 119. Next 5 days, 147. So please be careful. Other areas of Thailand a little bit less, but southern Thailand shows more there, almost 100 millimeters. And western Cambodia shows a lot too. Be aware there. Northeastern Cambodia also shows a lot. So let's see. Southern Myanmar shows close to 100 millimeters. Central Myanmar, 100. Some others there, 112. 125 millimeters, so be careful there. But especially northeastern India and Bangladesh keeps getting pounded, so more than 200 millimeters the next 5 days in Bangladesh. Northeastern India shows more, around 50 millimeters for most of Bangladesh, like tropical thunderstorms and heavy rains, so please be careful. A is 60, 50 millimeters, and some areas in the south 97 millimeters, but northernmost Bangladesh more than 143 millimeters. Some areas there, especially these areas of northeastern India between Bhutan and Bangladesh is the highest concern, so more than 160 millimeters, and all that rain that has already fallen there, so please be careful with floods, mudslides. I recently heard news of a bunch of landslides in northern India, so please be careful in those areas. More than 143 millimeters the next 5 days. Other areas of northeastern India a lot. Nepal, some specific areas will have more. Southern Nepal too, and southern Bhutan might get more than 100. Not also Bhutan some 80 millimeters, 70 millimeters. So more heavy rain in Bhutan. Please be careful. Northeasternmost India shows more than 140 millimeters, 170 millimeters. So please be careful there too. Some dangerous rainfall. Southern India shows a lot in some areas, around 100 millimeters, 54 millimeters. Sri Lanka shows a little bit more, 57 millimeters, 74 millimeters. So be aware, some more rain and storms there. Western India has calmed down a little bit from the monsoon, but still some 40 millimeters, 14, 29 millimeters. So be aware, but the worst is in parts of northwestern India for more storms there, around those areas there. So more heavy storms. So please be careful there with heavy rain, floods, lightning, and more stuff, hail and wind. So northernmost India shows more than 100 millimeters. Some specific areas there, but this might change. So let's see, shows more there. For central areas of Nepal shows more. And be careful in Nepal because it's very mountainous, so more heavy rain there. Pakistan, southern Pakistan generally fine, maybe a shower or two, but northern Pakistan shows more thunderstorms and more some other heavy rains in northern Pakistan. Let's see next 5 days. And northern Myanmar a little bit more too, in some areas heavier, and Malaysia especially showing some more heavy rains in Malaysia throughout these days. 86, 90 millimeters, 74, 70 millimeters. So please be careful. Not the areas of Malaysia, some 80 millimeters there. 88 millimeters. Let's see. And Sumatra especially, a lot in like the western coast of northern Sumatra. Be aware there, more throughout the west coast and areas of Borneo too, central Indonesia, more in western Guinea there. So please be careful, western Guinea. And let's see, some other areas might get more. And always be careful. The southern Indonesia is quiet, but those northern central Indonesia, always be careful during the day with some rain and thunderstorms. So now the GFS, it has also a lot of rain parts of Malaysia, but the GFS has more for Sumatra there, more than 100 millimeters. So be aware in Sumatra, a little bit more in the Andaman Islands, but not much. It has a lot in Laos and Thailand too, so be aware. It has more in Vietnam than in China, but a lot there in Vietnam, in southern China as well, so please be careful. In Japan, it has quite similar to the European, around 100 millimeters, more than 100 as this makes landfall, and then later even more. So be careful there. Some more in other areas of Japan, the storms in northern China, Russia. Let's see. Then it has more heavy rain northeasternmost India, northern Myanmar, more heavy rain. So please be careful, especially northernmost Bangladesh, northeastern India, and eastern Nepal. A lot of heavy rain. High concern there. Northern India a lot. Other areas of western Nepal, and those storms in northwestern India. So please be careful. Southern India, the GFS has more for there as well. Sri Lanka, especially southernmost Sri Lanka there, it has a lot. In the Maldives, in the next 5 days, it has more than 130 millimeters in the capital of the Maldives, so be careful there. Might be some showers and storms during the day, be careful. Let's see, more throughout the northern Maldives, some areas there. And then these British territories here might get more than 100 millimeters. That's Sea Breeze Village, about 100 millimeters, 90 millimeters. So be careful there as well. And let's see, this is mainly at northern Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, a rain or two, some areas there. Russia, Kazakhstan, northern Kazakhstan, Mongolia, a little bit more Russia. So this is it. Stay safe, please be careful. Bye.